Welcome back to my channel, and this is part 2 of chapter 2 of The Family That Slays Together by Aesthetic Acoustic, which is a Camp Camp fanfiction. Like I said earlier, if you missed the last video, which I suggest you go watch, I'm trying to keep my videos under 15 minutes so they upload smoothly, and yes, I'm just going to be continuing where I left off. There might end up being a part 3, but probably not. I don't know yet. Please enjoy. Once the orientation, which entailed a slideshow on the activities that could be expected over the summer, was over, the campers were let out to settle into their assigned cabins before lunch. The counselors helped the kids find their cabin and carry their luggage, and gently tried to coerce some remaining parents to go. Thankfully, they did. Once the campers were settled in, they were allowed an hour to meet new people and check out the camp. It gave the counselors time to prepare for lunch. Jasper, David, and Daniel worked the kitchen, while Anna and Lanisha set up the mess hall. David hummed a soft tune to himself while he prepared a hot stew. Jasper was working on a cake for dessert, and Daniel was waiting by the oven to keep an eye on the bread. "So, David, you like to cook?" David inquired with a grin. "Oh, definitely," David nodded. "Putting a bunch of ingredients together into something edible is so relaxing and rewarding and fun. I know how to cook a lot of dishes, so I always volunteer for cooking duty. Sometimes we bring a real chef in, but usually it's just us." "Wow, handsome and talented. Aren't you just a catch?" David laughed softly. "Thanks." Jasper turned around, and there was a frown on his face as he stirred the contents of the large bowl he was holding. "He's also smart and kind and funny. David's the whole package. He only deserves the best, someone who will treat him right." Daniel's smile disappeared. He leveled a displeased look at Jasper. David held up his hands. "Am I sensing some hostility here? Is this a competition to compliment me, or like some kind of rivalry for my friendship? You're both my friends, and I don't even really like compliments. In fact, new rule, no complimenting me. Now you two best get along. I don't like drama." "Sorry, David." Jasper apologized kindly. "You're right, as usual." "I'm sorry too, David." Daniel smiled again. "It won't happen again, I promise." "Good, that's what I like to hear." David's smile lit up the room. He turned back to his pot and continued cooking. After lunch, the counselors led the campers on their first hike. It was a short one on a wide and easy trail that circled the camp. Lanisha and Anna took the head of the group, while the other three kept towards the back. Lanisha was very knowledgeable about flowers and shrubs, whereas Anna had a strong love of trees. They taught the campers about plants as they passed them. David's strong suit was animals. He discussed what creatures were common in the area, what they looked like, and what to do if encountered. He showed the kids tracks in the dirt and marks on the trees, explaining which animals had made them. "I take it you hunt?" Daniel inquired after David finished a monologue over some deer tracks. David nodded eagerly. "Yeah, I love hunting, especially big game. A few times a summer I get to hunt something and teach the kids how to skin it and gut it and cook it. It's so fun and delicious." Daniel grinned at him. "Ah, I didn't expect someone so kind to enjoy killing animals." David faltered. People have to eat." "Yeah, dude," Jasper cut in. "Lay off. Plenty of good people hunt. It's not inhumane if you kill them fast." Daniel put his hands up. "Oh, no. I wasn't implying David isn't a wonderful person. It was just a bit of a surprise is all. It's impressive, a skill many don't have anymore. I could have worded it better. So sorry." David was quick to forgive. "Oh, that's okay. Thank you. My dad taught me." "Ah, how fortunate for you." Daniel smiled politely. Jasper's skills were more on the survival front. What was okay to eat, what to do if lost, how to make a simple shelter, how to build a fire, how to make water drinkable, and what signs to look for danger or safety. He gave brief bits of information during the walk and frequently gestured with his hands. Daniel's particular knowledge base showed itself later that evening. Roasting s'mores over the light of a campfire with no bright city lights to block out the stars, he had the campers entranced. The Big Dipper, Ursa Major and Minor, Aquarius, Lyra, Pegasus, and more. He knew every constellation and where they were and when they were visible. Facts about every planet rolled off his tongue like smooth flowing silk. Science and mythology mingled, and from them evolved fantastical stories of old beliefs and futuristic space battles. David could immediately tell that Daniel had become the favorite counselor among the campers. They were more engaged with him and his stories than they had ever been with any single thing that whole day. He was good with them, answering their questions, no matter how serious or silly or absurd, with a gentleness that was rare for someone so enthusiastic about what they were speaking. David found he was also becoming a bit entranced by it. Some of the stories were pretty far out, including a particular galactic war that was so detailed David was kind of impressed that he had to wonder if they were even stories or something that Daniel honestly believed. Either way, he didn't think it harmful. The stories were wonderful and the knowledge of space so fascinating. He hadn't realized how intently he'd been staring at Daniel across the fire, the man standing on a rock and gesturing to the sky to explain his answer to a question from a little girl, until Jasper nudged him. "Why are you staring at him like that?" Jasper whispered. There was a hurt tone to his voice. Like what?" David whispered back. "I was just listening. He's very charismatic, isn't he?" The somewhat dreamy sigh that slipped out probably didn't help. He just had an appreciation for people who were genuine in their interests. He had to hide his own interest, and it sucked. Jasper made a noise that David hadn't heard from him before. It sounded like an angry huff, as if he were jealous or something. David quickly nudged him. "Hey, I don't like him more than you. We're still best friends. He's not going to replace you." "I know," Jasper muttered. "I'm not mad, I promise." "Okay." David let it go, even though he could tell Jasper was not happy. Oh well, it wasn't his fault if someone got their feelings hurt over nothing. He wasn't going to argue it. And that was the end of chapter 2. I'm glad this video ended up being the length it did, so it'll be about the same, but a little bit shorter, but that's fine. Next time I'll be doing chapter 3, and I'm pretty sure that one will have to be a 2-parter as well. So I apologize for that, but thank you for listening and love you guys. See you the next video. Thank you.